Hello, Seekers. Thank you for joining me for episode 4 of our Book of Masteries playthrough. We had finished this room B right here. We had a bunch of combats in the last one. We fought rats and we fought flesh eaters. And overall, the combats went pretty well. So not a whole lot to worry about. And now we're going to move into room 5, and we have a straight corridor here, and then we'll be over into room 5. So let's step into the corridor, and we're going to make our attention check 5, so we're good there. And we also need to reduce our light source, and we are getting pretty low on the light source. We only have 4 left, so we're going to have to think about camping and crafting some torches, and we are at 9 on exhaustion, so it is getting a little bit up there as well. And let's check for an encounter in this corridor, and that is a 6, so we're not going to have any encounter there. And because we are in a corridor and not a room, there is not going to be an event. So we will move through that corridor and then into room 5. Mark off another light source there. Check our attention 8. We're good. And room 5 has some special text, so let's see what we have. This room is the sorcerer's stash. Okay, so we do need to check for an encounter first before we deal with that text. And that is a 3, so we are not going to have a combat encounter, but we will have an event. So let's grab an event card. And it says that a quiet, seemingly out-of-place fountain still pours water into a stone vase in the corner of this chamber. You sit for a few minutes and take a moment to refresh yourself. You lose D4 exhaustion. Ooh, that's really nice. Okay, let's see how much exhaustion we lose. 2. So we will go down to 7. And that was a very fortunate event to get there, finding a little water fountain, basically. Those are always good to find. So here in room 6, we have a water fountain. It'd be nice if we could go back and just use that whenever we wanted to, but that would probably make things too easy. Okay, now looking at the special text for the room. This room is covered in the remains of broken down shelves. There's rotten scrolls and books are spilled all around. Luckily for you, something has survived the ravages of time. You find a small sack holding 3 attunement crystals, warm to the touch and whispering possibilities in your mind. That's excellent. Those are something that we needed to identify the 2 magic items that we have. So we're going to put 3, if I can even write numbers. What are numbers right now? I forgot what numbers are. Okay, so we got 3 attunement crystals. Got those written down, so that's going to be excellent. We can camp and recover exhaustion and identify our items. May not do that now. I think we could probably explore another room. Let's check scavenging. 15. Very nice. We got a successful roll. We'll roll D20 for scavenging. And that's a 15, which is D4 cooking supplies. 4, so we'll pick up 4 cooking supplies. So that'll make plenty of rations. We're going to be up to 5 total now. So that's excellent. And as you can see on the map, room 6 is the last room, which means that it's probably going to have an overseer in it. So we don't want to go there right now. We would like to get a little bit more experience, maybe get, one more magic item or something like that. And we would definitely like to identify these 2 magic items. So let's look at maybe moving up here and exploring these 2 rooms and then possibly coming back down and exploring. So let's check this door right here. If this door isn't going to be too much of a problem, then we could go ahead and go up that way. And I have here once again the door container and trap flowchart that was made by Soloist 1855, and he has updated a new version which has a printer friendly color, which is super cool. It looks really good, as you can see. And there's also been a few additions, like we have the crowbar on there, which is nice. So let's look at this door. So we're going to find out if it's locked or unlocked. We need to roll a d20. And this is 6, so it's unlocked. We always like that. And then we need to see if it's trapped or not, which is going to be a d10. And a 2, it is not trapped. So beautiful. We can just roll right through with no problem from that door. So we'll circle that to say that it's open, and we'll come over here. We'll call this room C, and we need to make a tension check as well as mark off a light source 2. So we're going to go down to D6. And we're going to check for an encounter. 7, that will not be a creature. We will draw an event card. And there is a strange set of sigils covering the floor. Convinced of the fact that they must hold some sort of key to understanding this place, you start studying them. Make a reason check. If you pass, you can ignore the next roll on the Growing Darkness table. And if you fail, you trigger some sort of failsafe and suffer 2d6 arcane damage. Ooh. Well, if we take a lot of damage here, then it'd probably be a good time to camp. But we got to make a reason check, which we only have 10. So very low chance to succeed here. 22, and actually that's a fumble, which means that we can mark it for improvement, which we need to do. But there may be a reason fumble in here. This is zine number 2. There is. We have a mental block. The character suffers a temporary lapse of logic or reasoning, hindering their ability to think, and we get disadvantage on our next reason check. Okay. Try to remember that. I'm just going to put D as V over here. And then I'll put ×1. So we have 1 time we're going to have disadvantage. And now we're going to take 2d6 arcane. 4 and a 2. That's just going to be 2 damage. So that could have been worse. So, all right. Yeah, and reason is one of those really tough ones because it's hard to put a lot of points into it at the beginning for a lot of builds, I think, but it can be very, very useful. So let's go ahead and roll for scavenging. And 91, that's not going to get us anything. So we will proceed up the steps into what we'll call this room D. Check off 1 more light source, and I think we're almost certainly going to have to camp here because our light sources are, we're just about to be blind. So Growing Darkness, 3, we're good. And encounter, 11. That is going to be an encounter because it's on a 10 plus. So, oh, I'm drawing the wrong card here. 2, I think that is the Blight Fang Rats. Pretty sure that's the Blight Fang Rats. Let me just double check that. Yes, so we're gonna fight the Blight Fang Rats. You guys get all of our ratty cards out here. So the rats have 3/3, they have no armor. Right now they don't have any damage bonuses. This time I'll remember that pack bonus that they have. So they're all going to have a +10 to their attack bonus right now, which basically negates our Mantle of Darkness, which is a little bit sad, but that's okay. And okay, all the rats are ready to go. Okay, rats, let's roll for the initiative. Now they have pretty good awareness, so it might be hard to beat them. Yeah, 94, that's not going to win. I think they did fail their initiative check, though. No, they did not. So they're good on initiative. So they're going to go first. And 1. Go with the bite. Going to get biting. 21 versus 37. Now, they're going to have plus 10 for the combat bonus and also plus 10 for the 2 other rats. So that's a 50 minus 10 for our Mantle of Darkness, but a 37 is going to be successful. So we will fail that defense, and we're going to take D6 piercing. 1. Okay, well, that's not bad. And I should have rolled the hit location there, which I didn't do. But anyway, 1 is no damage. All right, let's go to rat number 2. 5. Rat number 2 is going to do the scratch attack. And 94 versus 75. Okay, so our defense is 40 and his attack is 50. So the rat does win the attack there. And we're not going to get a defensive move unless we wanted to use nimble feet, which I think we will not. So he will go for the scratch. D4 plus 1 slashing. So we got a 4 plus 1 is 5. And I need to roll hit location. 18. That's not going to be the head, I don't think. No, that's the right arm. Okay, so... And then we don't have any armor on. We don't have any armor there, so it's going to get a plus 1 as well because of slashing gets plus 1 on unarmored places. So 4, 5, 6. And that's going to be 2 damage. Will put us down to 9. So that was a good round for the rat there. Rat 2. All right, rat 3. Rat 3 is going to also do the scratch. I'll make our combat check. 96 versus 79. So once again, both have failed, but their combat is actually higher than our defense. So they will succeed in the attack. And once again, this is D4 plus 1 slashing. So 2, 3, 4, and that's going to be 1 damage. We will go down to 8. All right, that was rat 3. Now it's going to be our turn. And why am I rolling a D6 for us? We don't need that. Okay, let's go opposed check, combat check. 42 versus 65. So we're looking good here. Their defense is only going to be 30, and our attack is 61 with the bladed weapons. So we've got a successful attack there. And 2 is just going to be 1 damage. So we'll deal 1 to the rat. It's going to be 2 out of 3. And I think we will use another 5 points of endurance and attack again. Although, if we did that, we would go over 11 exhaustion, and we would take half toughness healing from all sources, which probably would include camping. So, maybe not. We probably could just do like, we could only do 1 more nimble feat, basically. Okay, so we won't do that. I'm going to go on to rat 1. Rat 1 is going to do the bite. So 53 versus 10. So rat 1 will succeed there. Bite is going to be D6. Nothing. Okay, we like that. We like when they get nothing. All right, rat 2. Rat 2 is doing the scratch. And 83 versus 17, so we're going to get a defensive move. It's always nice. 1. That is... Our next attack gets an additional plus 10, okay. All right, rat 3. Rat 3 is going to do also a scratch. So rolling for rat 3 scratch. 9 versus 53. Rat 3 will succeed. Going to get D4 plus 1. That's going to be 5 with the slash bonus. And that's going to be 2 damage. So we're down to 6. Getting pretty close to being bloodied. And once again, I realized that I forgot to count determination. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I've totally forgot to count determination for all of these combats. Yeah. Oh, what can I say? But, yeah, I forgot to use it. So, sorry about that, guys. I'm just going to try to start remembering from now on. All right, so we're going to go to, I believe it's going to be our turn now. And we will attack 22. We got a critical hit. Very nice. So we need to roll for the hit location as well, even though it probably won't matter. Oh, so then of course we get a headshot, which doesn't matter. You can't get a double crit. So 6 and a 3. That's going to be 2, 3. 3 damage. Rat 1 is gone. Bye-bye, rat 1. All right, rat 2 is going to attack. Rat 2 is doing the bite. And rat 2 has got a critical hit. Ouch. Rat 2 will roll 2d4 plus 2. So 4 and 5. And then that's going to be 6 and 5. So that's going to be 6 and 5. That's going to be 4 damage. I believe 4 damage. So we'll drop down to 2. And we're getting pretty close to being bloodied now. So that was a good hit there for rat 2. Rat 3. 4 is going to be doing the scratch. And 93 versus 28, they succeed again. So scratch D4 plus 1. It's going to be 3, 4, which is going to be 2. Or no, sorry, that's just 1. So 1 damage. Okay, our turn now. I'm going to try to remember to count determination if I miss. Oops, I need to roll their defense as well. So 66 versus 16. Okay, so we are going to get a point of determination here because we definitely missed. So we'll just start this from 1, I guess. And we also fumbled here. And that is, oops, that's the wrong dice. That's going to be, we are going to strike ourselves. Okay. So we're going to strike ourselves for 1. Okay, coming back after a 2-day intermission there. In the first 20 minutes of the episode there, I was just really tired after kind of a long week and feeling a little bit under the weather. So I just went ahead and actually stopped my recording, and it's a couple days later and I'm feeling a lot better, and I'm coming back to finish up the session. So let's go. We just had a fumble and we hit ourselves, and we took 1 damage from that. So we're going to be going down to 0 toughness, which means that we are now going to be bloodied. So we're going to roll for a bloodied advantage and disadvantage here. So let's roll first for what advantage we're going to get. It's going to be a d20 roll. And that's going to be a 19, which is unbridled rage. And we're going to gain advantage on all weapon skill checks until the end of our next turn. And then let's take a look at what disadvantage we're going to get. And that's going to be the hemorrhaging wound. We're going to take d6 damage at the start of each of our turns until healed above 50% of maximum health. So that's that's really, really bad. Wow, that's probably one of the worst ones you could get, I think. This could actually kill us. So we'll see how that goes. We still have 2 rats to get rid of. We still have to kill rat 3 and rat 2. And there's really not going to be anything that's going to be healing us in this combat. So we're essentially going to be taking d6 at the start of every turn for the remainder of the combat. And we're definitely going to be very bloody, that's for sure. And remember here, so we're going to get advantage on weapon skill checks until the end of the next turn. Okay. So we just ended our turn. We fumbled and hit ourselves attacking rat 2. And now it's going to go over to the rat's turn. So this is going to be rat 2. Let's see what attack they're going to do. And that's going to be the scratch. So we'll roll for the attack of rat 2 here and see what happens. If I can hold on to the dice. And it looks like we're going to make a successful defense. Yeah, so the rat 2 has missed, and we will successfully defend there. And now we'll go over to rat 3 is going to attack, and they will also be doing the scratch attack. So we'll roll for combat. And looks like both of us are going to fail in this case. And the rat's attack is going to be 30. Now we could use, I guess we do get advantage on combat rolls. Is that right? Weapon skill checks. Okay, so this is not a weapon skill check because we would actually be using our acrobatics here to defend. So the rat with the combat skill, with the attacker advantage, they would have 40, but they also have -10 for attacking us. So their skill is going to be 30 and our skill is going to be 40. So we would actually win in this case. So we do make another successful defense. That's going to be good. And now we're going to start our turn. We're going to roll d6 for the hemorrhaging wound. And ouch, we got a 6. So that's going to be 2 damage. And we will go down to 9 on our health here, and we're getting dangerously low right now. So we need a successful attack here. We're gonna try to attack rat 2. Both rats have 3 hit points each right now. So let's roll for an attack on rat 2. We're gonna want to hope for something good here. 17 and 22, and oh man, the rat has made a critical defense here. So they've done very well, and they are going to get a defensive move now. So let's roll for a defensive move for the rat. So we're going to be rolling d10 for the rat's defensive move. And they got a 10. They're going to get a new turn immediately. So this is Let's see. So they are defending right now. So I guess they're just going to. So it would be their turn anyway. So I guess Rat 2 is going to get 2 turns. Is how we'll do that. So yeah, just like that. So Rat 2 will get 2 turns right now. Let's see. 6. They're going to be doing the rally. So that's going to be a +1 damage for both rats. And then another turn for Rat 2 is going to be the scratch. And 66 versus 59. So they have fumbled this time. So let's roll for a creature fumble. And we're certainly going to want to hope for something really, really good here. 8, the creature is frightened for D4 rounds. They can attempt a magic resistance check at the start of each of its turn to remove the condition. Okay? So D4 rounds of frightening. And that's going to be 3 rounds. So we'll grab our condition cards. So right now, Rat 2 is frightened for 3 rounds. And that's going to be a -20 to all checks. And they cannot approach the cause of fear, which I suppose is going to be our player character. So they'll just have to do their... well, they can actually do a magic resistance check to remove that. Okay. Now, this is something that I believe I pulled from Carnage and Ether, so we might want to just follow what it says on this card, which is the resolve check. We'll see. Actually, their resolve is maybe not marked on here, is it? No. So we'll just do a magic resistance check for that. Okay. So now it's going to be Rat 3's turn. Rat 3 is going to bite. And Rat 3 has also fumbled, and we have successfully defended with a 28. So they are going to roll on the fumble table, and we're also going to get a roll on the defensive move table. So we're going to roll for a defensive move first, and that's going to be an 8. Their next defense is going to be a -20, okay? And let's roll on the fumble table for Rat 3. And that's a 10. Okay, this is a good one here because they're going to fall prone and they're going to take 2d6 bludgeoning damage. So this is one of the best ones, really. And, oh, that's going to be 3 damage there. So Rat 3 is actually going to be knocked out of the fight. So Rat 3 is gone. And that's a good stroke of luck there. Now Rat 2, okay, Rat 2 is already gone, so it's going to be our turn here. And Rat 2 will have -20 to their skill here. So they have rolled 19, and their combat skill, I believe, would be, it would be 20, so they've actually succeeded. And with a 40, ooh, I rolled the wrong dice there. Let me roll the other one. So 56, so we went over, or no, we're still good. Okay, yeah, we're under 61 on our blade weapons. So we did still get off our attack. And now we're gonna roll D6. And also the hit location. So it's gonna be 1 damage to the rat there, bringing them down to 2. And oh, we also need to roll our hemorrhaging damage. So 1, that's going to be 0. So we got lucky there. No more damage from the hemorrhaging so far. And now Rat 2 will roll for their attack. It's going to be the biting attack. And they also need to make a magic resistance check to see if they can come out of the frightened state. And 85, they will not. Now we roll for the bite. And, oh, I rolled the wrong dice again. Okay, 98, so we have failed. Okay, we've both actually failed. Our acrobatics is going to be higher than their attack, so we will defend there. And now we're going to go to back to our turn. And we're going to roll for the hemorrhaging damage. We got 4, which is going to be 1. So now going to 8 of our health. And 34 versus 63. So they will be over their defense, so we will successfully hit. And hopefully we get a 5 or 6 here. Yes, we got a 6. That's going to be 2 damage. And Rat 2 is down. So we finally completed that combat, and we took quite a bit of damage there. No toughness, and we're just down to 8 health. We will get 50 experience points, so we'll go up to 260. And we can also recover D4 health. We're really going to want to hope to get all 4. And that's just a 1. And of course, that's only going to go to our toughness. So we're going to be just at 1 toughness and 8 health. So we're going to, a camping is going to be in our near future here, another camp. And we also can roll on the spoils. Let's roll a D6. And that is a 4, which is going to be, I believe, a valuable item. Yeah, that's going to be a valuable item, so we'll draw a card. And we have got a random potion, so we'll draw a potion card. And we cannot look at this card unless we can make a medicine check. So let's try to make a medicine check here. We only have 10, so our skill is very low. 97, totally failed. Okay, so we're not be able to look at that potion. We'd have to drink it to find out what it is. And maybe we should just drink it because our health is really low. So, well, we're gonna camp anyway, so maybe we keep that potion for right now. It is kind of fun just to drink them though. Okay, and yeah, so in that battle we got 1 intermission point. I think we may have actually picked up 2. So anyway, we'll just leave determination at 1 and just go from there. Hopefully I can remember to check that. Okay, so we were in room D, I believe. And it's been 2 days, so I can't remember exactly, but I think we were in room D. And we're probably going to want to camp here, but we can also make a scavenging check right now. And 15, so we were successful with the scavenging check. We're going to roll D20 on the table, and a 19. I think the 19 is going to be a good roll. Yeah, we're going to find D100 coins. So that's always good to get. And that is 69 coins. So we're going to get 69 coins. Let's add that to our money. And I think that's the first bit of money that we have found so far. So that's a good little start right there. If we can find a trader or something like that, that would be pretty good. So yeah, I think we're going to want to camp here. And let's figure out everything that we want to do for our camping. Okay, so I have calculated everything that we want to do for our camping. We're going to use 2 attunement crystals, which is going to give us 2 exhaustion. We're going to use 2 crafting supplies to get 2 barricades, and that's going to give us plus 10 to our camp roll, and also 2 exhaustion. And then we're going to craft 2 torches because we're just about out of torches. And that's also going to give us 2 exhaustion. So altogether, we're going to have 6 exhaustion, and we are at 7 right now, which is going to give us before making our camp roll, we're going to be at 13. And so our final modifier for the camp roll is going to be a +6, because we're going to have -4 for all the activities that we're doing here. So we'll have a +6 modifier to our camp roll. Before we actually roll for the camp roll, though, we can identify our magic items. So let's take a look at what we're going to get. And this should be pretty exciting, because hopefully these items are going to help prepare us to face the Overseer, because that's really what we're looking at doing right now, is just preparing to face the Overseer. So let's take a look at the magic item tables. And first we're going to run a roll. We could roll a D8 for the item, and we could roll a D10 at the same time. So we'll grab a D8 and a D10, and let's see what the first item is. So the first item is going to be a ring. That first item is going to be a belt, and it is going to be a rare belt. So that's got 2 properties. And we'll roll D20 for the properties on the belt table. And that is an 18. We can re-roll any failed thievery checks while attempting to dismantle a trap. Oh, wow, that's really good for us. And then we get to roll one more. And a 2. This item grants you magic resistance based on its rarity, +10 for uncommon, +20 for rare, and +30 for epic. Wow. So we're going to get +20 magic resistance. So that is a very, very good belt. And in a way, we are quite lucky that we got a belt, because we already have a belt. So we can actually sell the standard belt and get a lot of money for that, about 500 gold. So that went exceptionally well. So yeah, we're going to put on this magic belt. So I will do that really quick, and then we'll come back and roll the second item. Okay, so there's our magic belt with the +20 magic resistance and re-rolled failed thievery checks to disarm a trap. We've got our magic belt on, and then our standard belt is in our gear down here. And we've got our magic resistance up to 50 now with the belt. So very, very nice. And I can put that, we can re-roll traps when we are disarming. So we'll keep that item, the little item card here. And let's roll for our second magic item. And this time we have a ring this time, and it's going to be an uncommon ring. So there'll be 1 magic property on the ring, and we'll roll D20 for that. And that's a 15, so we can ignore the effects of a single madness that we are affected by. Okay, so we are not affected by a madness yet, but a ring like that is always good to have. So we'll just go ahead and maybe we won't put it on for right now, but we'll put that we have a madness ring. We can cancel 1 effect. So we'll probably we'll put that on in the event that we do get a madness effect. Okay, so let's roll for our camp check. We're going to have to roll at least a 4 or higher here. And we got a 12, so we're all good on our camp check. And we can now recover all of our toughness, so we'll be back to 16 on the toughness. And for camping, we are going to recover 1 point of health. So we'll be at 9. And we can recover D4 sanity. So that will be good. And we got 3. That'll put us at 15. And we can recover 10 exhaustion. So we'll be down to 3 exhaustion. So we still have a little bit of exhaustion that we're not able to deal with. And of course, we still have 5 points of health that we have not been able to recover yet. So all in all, that was a good camp session there. And we'll probably want to start making our way towards some of these other rooms that we haven't visited yet. So I think we could go... we'll go over to maybe we'll go over to room A and then come down to room 4 and then probably down into this room here. So there is a door here, which I think we have not been through that door because I would have circled it if we had. So we do need to check on this door right here. So let's see what we're dealing with. If it's going to be locked or not. We're going to roll D20. And it's a 1, so the door is unlocked. That's always good. And let's find out if the door is trapped. And that is a 5, so the door is unlocked and the door is not trapped. So that's what we like to see. Even though it would be good to get our thievery up a little bit. Oh, and in the camping, I did not roll for perception and reason, so we should do that really quick as well. So we need to roll a 41 or better to increase our perception by D4, and we got a 38, so we're just going to get 1 perception, and we need to roll a 10 or better to increase our reason with a D4, and that's a 54, so we can roll a D4 for reason. And we got a 3, so a nice increase to reason. We'll go to 13, and I think that disadvantage, yeah, we still do have that disadvantage actually. And then perception will go to 41. So nice little bit of increase there. It's especially nice to get some points in reason. All right, so we can freely move through the door on into room A, and we have visited room A before, so we won't need to check for an encounter or event, but we do still need to check the tension die, and that's a 4, so we're good there. And then we also do need to check our light source, so that is going to use up 1, the starting torch that we had. So we did craft 2 torches. So I'm going to erase these magic items because we've identified those. And we'll put that we have torches. We've got 2. And we just finished off that starting torch. And now we're all good on a new torch here. And now in room A, we're going to want to move down to room 4. And let me circle that door so that we know we unlock that. We'll make an attention check for room 4. We're good there. And then we're going to move down into what we're going to call room E. So we're on into room E. Making attention check, and that is a 2. So we are going to go down to a D4 for the tension die. So there is our D4 tension die, and now we need to make a check for an encounter, and that's a 14, so we will have an encounter. And let's see what we're going to encounter here. I think this is going to be the what was it, the walkers or something? Skeletal horrors. Okay, so we're going to have skeletal horrors. So when we come back, we will fight the skeletal horrors here in room E. So thank you everyone for joining me, and we'll see you next time as we continue to make our way through the starter domain.